Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. I was just setting up the last few things here. I have Instagram going on here because unfortunately right now the software we don't receive messages from Instagram, but we can read them. Iziam has mine up there. I have hers up here, and also we can receive messages through Facebook. Okay, so welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Iziam, how are you doing?
Hi, Rafa. Thank you very much for being here again with us. I'm doing great, Rafa.
And for those that don't know us, would you like to introduce yourselves, Iziam?
Yes, my name is Iziam. I'm Rafael's sister, and I'm an energy healer, and I help people to reconnect with her true self with Reiki, magnified healing, and therapies like biomagnetism, and many more.
That's right. And thanks for that. That helped me out to have everything set up here. And now it's my turn. So if you don't know me, my name is Rafael López, and I am a quantum healer. I dedicate myself to help people with unexplained chronic pain. You might be wondering, well, what do you mean with that? Okay, let's say as an example, if you go to a doctor, you have this chronic pain, right? And after several tests, they say, you know what? You must be your mind because nothing shows up here, right? And obviously you are in that with that pain. You're like, well, I have the pain. So anyhow, that's where I come in, and I help you to discover what's the underlying reason why you have that and be able to transform it.
Exactly. I'm so delighted to have you with us for another exploration of the 5 childhood wounds. So today, our focus is on a deep and often challenging topic, humiliation.
You see, Iziam, before we dive in, I want to acknowledge something, okay? I want to acknowledge the sensitivity of this topic. So if you ever experienced humiliation in your past, or even if you're having it right now, know that we are creating, or at least we're trying to create, a safe space to understand and heal, okay? So I want you to know, not only from me, but also from Iziam, that your presence here is very valuable, not only to us, but also for others, okay? So by sharing experiences, others can learn from your experiences, or they might consider like, oh my God, right? I am actually going through the same thing. I didn't realize that I have this one. Don't you think, Iziam?
Exactly. So let's begin. Let's begin by understanding what we mean by humiliation in the context of childhood wounds. So this one, the humiliation involves the experience of being degraded, embarrassed, or feeling inferior. One often compares oneself with others. So this experience can leave lasting imprints on our self-esteem.
Yes, it does. You see, just give me one sec. Someone else, Jojo is also watching us. Hola de nuevo, hi again.
Hi.
He joined us in the Spanish one. So you see, guys, the experience of being humiliated as a child can take various forms, right? I believe you guys know some of them. Such as being embarrassed in public, right? Receiving a very harsh criticism, or constantly being made feel very small, right? We were saying, Iziam, it's like on the picture, right, that you created, is those kids kind of like bullying that kid, right? Like laughing at that kid, right? So we're gonna explore a little bit about that. You see, guys, these encounters have the ability to shape how we see ourselves and how we engage with others and the world around us.
Yeah, one profound effect of childhood humiliation is the impact on self-esteem. It can create a negative self-image, fostering doubt and insecurity. So understanding these effects is crucial as we work toward healing.
Yes, it's the first step, right? It's the first step, as we always been
Exactly.
talking, saying to you guys, like, being aware that you have the wound. That's the first step towards healing. Okay,
Exactly.
acknowledge that you have it. Don't force it. Don't reject it. Just be okay with it, and then the next step it will be like asking for help, right? Asking for help, someone that really knows about the topic, someone that you are very comfortable with. That's something that we always trying to encourage here. Not necessarily has to be us, but it has to be someone that you feel confident, that you feel that you resonate with that person, okay, that you can trust, right, Iziam?
Exactly.
So you see, this one is where the child receives a message, as an example, from their parents, like you're not worthy, you're ugly because you are overweight or because you are very skinny or dark skinned, right? I think you get the idea. There
Yeah,
is this always this message, Iziam, of shame, rejection, right? For who they are. And once you grow up with that, it starts to internalize in your body, right? It starts to internalize that shame.
yes. For instance, if the father was alcoholic and you felt that maybe you felt a bit unworthy, or if you realize that your dad has another family, maybe you can feel ashamed of that. But not always comes from the family, Rafa. It also comes from the schools. As an example, as you were talking about the bullying. That is one of the major problems that kids are facing these days. And it can come from the school or the social media or outside at the street.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why, guys, I recommend you always try to have a good relationship with your kids. Sometimes it's challenging, I know. Well, I don't know because I don't have kids, but I've seen it. My sister has kids and stuff. So sometimes it can be quite challenging, right? Especially when they're growing up. I find that is a bit more challenging. So just try to talk to them or be aware what's happening at school or what's happening with them. Try to be open and establish that conversation with them, so at least you can take action if that's happening, right? Don't you think, Iziam? It's very important.
Exactly.
You as a mother, right, especially. Now, these are individuals who don't see their own needs and always are seeking to please others, okay? They are often rescuers, they're joker or jokesters, and they have the difficulty to set the boundaries, okay? They experience a disconnection with themselves, and you see, Sam, their vision is to endure, to allow, to stay silent, right? And whatever everyone wants, right? They support the family, they're giving it everything to everyone, but except themselves. So it's not like they're sharing everything, they want to be helping everyone, but they don't like to go inside, they don't like to help each other, they don't like to see themselves. I think you
Exactly.
understand.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones who will be there for you, no? But it's a way, Rafa, for covering up their shame of who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
With all these unconditional acts. So typically they are sexually blocked, let me tell you, because they feel like they don't have that right to receive the pleasure.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Before we continue, Siam, what about let's just check if someone is sending us a message. Guys, what's wrong? You haven't sent any
Wake up!
messages. Yeah, wake up, wake up.
Wake
No, that's okay. Perhaps they're just integrating everything, right? Because I mean, a lot of you, if you don't have these, if you have this wound and you haven't even realized, and then while we're sharing with you all these things, it might be like a big impact, no, Isiam? So it's okay. If you want to take your time, it's all good. If you have any questions, please feel free. If you don't want to share your experiences with us right now, you want to do it in private. If you have questions in private, you can send us a message, and we are here to support you. What do you think?
Exactly.
Okay, so you see, okay, so no messages? No messages?
No, no.
Okay, perfect. These individuals, Iziam, usually had a very toxic relationship with a controlling mother, okay? And it's that mother who transmits that shame through all her expectations.
Wow.
Sometimes this person feels limited and is unable to be themselves, right? Like we were saying. And the same goes for those who experience this, have toxic relationship with a boss or a friend, perhaps, right?
Exactly. And well, Rafa, as in the other three wounds, we talk about how it could manifest physically in one's body. What about if you tell us this time again, how can we identify this kind of wound?
No problem. The thing is, I made her say it in Spanish, so now like she's making me say it here in English. It's all good. Certainly, no problem. You see, physically, these people are who have like a very round body, okay, with a lot of fat covering that ashamed body.
Yeah.
Even how can I put it on? Sometimes it's not like, because there are people who are like, okay, what I'm trying to say is I'm just trying to grasp the ideas here. Not necessarily you have to have that round body, okay? Because you can also be very thin and you have also this wound. I don't know if
Exactly. Yeah, and the manifestation in the body is not always 100%, but let me tell you that who feel shame unconsciously always cover themselves with a bit of extra weight.
Yeah, and that's the relation, right, with the feeling the shame. So something that someone asked in Spanish, and I think it will be important to bring it up here. Someone asked in Spanish, saying, because we were asking as well, like if you have any questions, please go ahead, right? So someone says, is this can be inherited, right? And what Iziam said, you want to share, Iziam?
Yeah. Yes, it can be inherited by our ancestors. By the womb, when you are in the womb of your mom, if she feels anything like that, or maybe she had this wound in her childhood, it can be imprinted on you.
That's right. Yeah, and it's one of the things that we have covered a little bit, right? Especially in the video with the we are trying to make you understand the conscious and subconscious mind, and that things are coming in the womb, most likely, right? If the environment the mother is in, if one of the things here, and then we're going to cover it after once we talk about transgenerational and ancestrology a little bit, how all these things affect. Okay, so as an example, if mom or dad haven't been able to heal their wounds or heal their emotions or traumas, then you as a kid, perhaps you might also now carry with that, okay? And it's almost like you saying, obviously, subconsciously, right? It's almost like you're going, give it that to me, right? Now it's my turn to heal that. I can handle it, right? That's subconsciously, of course, you're not gonna be willing to have all that, but subconsciously, that's you're taking that in you, okay?
Exactly.
So now, Iziam, what about if we focus on the healing aspect, okay?
Yeah.
As we've been mentioning, quantum healing techniques or NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, right? Offer very powerful tools to release the energy associated with this simulation. through transformative exercises that I was explaining before, creating new neural pathways, right? Going back into time because subconscious mind doesn't know what's real and what's not. So it's kind of like changing the whole experience that the kid had at the moment and transform that. So these are very powerful techniques, right, that we have under our sleeves like magicians. So yeah, I love to do this, Iziam, and I guess you also like to do this because to see someone really change, right? Obviously, we have to work on ourselves first before we can work with someone else, right? So everything that we are sharing with you, we have gone through it. We have done the healing, and I was thinking, Iziam, I know I'm taking over you here, but I had a client the other day, and she said, "Yeah, but you know what, Rafael? I have done the work, right? And even I was also mentioning with a colleague of us, right, with Marcela, that she's also, we had her yesterday, and we were also mentioning with her, or in our conversation, we were saying that how things are, right? It's almost like an onion. We have layers. We have said, we have work, integrate our parents, work with dad, mom, and all these different things. And then sometimes things come up into the surface. And it's not that the technique didn't work. It's just that there's another layer. It's almost like the body's ready to release something else, right? So the client was saying, but I don't understand. I integrate mom. We have done all this work and things are coming up, are still showing up. And that's because we are like onions, right? We have layers. And once you clear one layer, perhaps there's another layer. And it's almost like, I like to say this way, it's kind of like, hey, I'm here, right? Like, I'm next. I want to be released.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I just wanted to share a little bit about that because perhaps you might be going, well, I have worked on this, right? I'm all good, but not necessarily has to be like that. Sometimes we have more layers that we don't even realize we have.
Yeah, they are in the subconscious mind, and there's years of many wounds that you have, right?
That's right. It's like we were saying before, right? It's like we're going through experiences in our lives, and that's the river metaphor, right? Where imagine one wound here, one emotion there. So those two little things are the rocks. Then the river starts getting blocked, so your energy can flow properly, right? That's the obstacles, let's say, right? That your body's supposed to heal itself. So those obstacles are those rocks, those little wounds, or those experiences that you have had through the years, right?
Yeah. And I would like to invite you to share your experience or your thoughts about this humiliation wound. So please share your thoughts in the comments. Remember that sharing your story can be an empowering part of healing.
That's right. Just how you heard it before, right? Sharing is caring, not only with food, but also here too. In Mexico, we say, "What do you eat, Rafael? Did you eat paleta payaso?" It's a marshmallow. Let's say it's a marshmallow covered with chocolate, right? And it has like gummy. They're not gummy bears, but they're like gummies.
Yeah, like gummies.
Yeah, and it looks like a clown, right? So we call them paleta, which is like a popsicle, but it's not popsicle. Yeah. So it's
okay, we get it.
Yeah, it's a Mexican joke. Yeah. So it's just I'm being silly. That's all. Yeah. So in summary, guys, we have explored the impact of our childhood accumulation. Well, if you had it, of course, or if you have it, and we introduced the strategies that we can help to bring it up into the conscious world, right? Remember, reclaiming yourself is a very powerful step towards a more empowered and secure self. Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you like this. Don't forget to subscribe. If you know someone that perhaps after we were seeing all these different examples, if there's your mother-in-law or whoever it is, a friend that you might think
co-worker,
worker that you feel like, ooh, this person might have this. I'm understanding the reason why it's behaving that way. Share this content, right? You never know. Perhaps they're just doing it subconsciously, and perhaps if you send this video to them, they might make it more now conscious. Okay. Remember not to judge everyone. I know we've been kind of going like, you probably inherit this, mom did that, dad did that. They're just acting like coaches. Okay. So don't judge. They try to do whatever they could at the moment. There's no like a manual, right, Iziam, where how to be a parent. And you know, if you have your own kids, like you, Iziam, they can be challenging, right? Kids can be challenging. That's why I don't have kids. I like to use, you know, like with Iziam kids and stuff. Like, okay, I play with him or whatever. I'm like, okay, here, you can have your kid back, right? But everyone is different. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
And thank you for being part of this community. I'm so glad that you are here with us every day. And tomorrow we're going to have our last one.
That's correct.
It's going to be very interesting and challenging also.
Yes.
I think everybody has this one, right, Rafa?
Yes. It's almost one of the things is almost everyone has it. But it could be abandonment. And the one that we're gonna see tomorrow, almost everyone have them. But tomorrow's one is one of the most challenging ones I will find. And I don't know, you can let us know if you find as well that is one of the challenges, once you know everything about it tomorrow. Okay, guys, once again, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.